Alright, so this is my second time now filming this. It is 6:51, almost 7 o'clock. I have a date tomorrow, and I'm not talking about the delicious Arabic nuts. Anyways, hi guys, my name is Austin, also known as Trash Daddy here on the channel. I am a student of anthropology, and that already puts me leagues ahead of today's subject, Graham Hancock. What kind of Graham Hancock? We're going to be talking about Graham Hancock and his belief in the Bimini Road, more so the Bimini Road and why it's not Atlantis. Now, if you don't know who Graham Hancock is, he has a show. I think it's actually pretty interesting. It's on Netflix. It's called Ancient Apocalypse. And I got to, I think it was like episode 4 when he brings up the Bimini Road. It's a underwater rock formation. And well, don't you know it? It's just too cool and too amazing looking to be natural. But I got news for you, hand on cock. It is completely natural. If you're asking him, supposedly it's a remnant of a lost ancient human civilization. Also, before we get any further, in this episode, he says that he's no more a pseudo-scientist than a dolphin is a pseudo-fish, which is like, that's just him admitting he's a pseudo-scientist. Fish are fish, dolphins are mammals. Dolphins are just pseudo-fish. Oh my god, my cat just made a big jump. So the Bimini Road is made up of something called beach rock, which is basically just sand and shells pushed together and then smoothed out by the waves, because beach rock usually forms within tide. So high tide, low tide, where the waves are crashing over and under all the time, that's where you'll find your beach rock. So as it wipes and dries, it forms these hard sedimentary layers. Fucking boring, right? Like those cracks you see, they aren't ancient engineering. It's just natural stress fractures. And if that's ancient construction, someone needs to call OSHA, or in this case, Ocean. I'm so fucking sad. As for why it looks man-made, we could just chop that up to erosion. I mean, when beach rock, or really any rock really, is left to nature's devices of crashing waves, it starts to smooth out. Think of like the stones you would skip over a lake as a kid, unless you lived in like Chicago, in which case, I'm sorry. We see big skipping stone, Hancock sees big brick road. And we could go ahead and start debunking this shit. Let's start with the geography. Yeah, I guess, huh? And we could start with carbon dating the rocks, right? Go ahead and just say the shells and coral for now. Because you can't carbon date the rock, but you can carbon date shells and coral inside of the rock. And carbon dating these guys from inside the beach rock, you get like maybe 5,000 years old, which is old, don't get me wrong. That's definitely prehistory, but it's not the prehistory that Graham Hancock's looking for. Graham Hancock's trying to pass this off as a civilization that existed per the last ice age, and this dates well after. So Graham Hancock wants us to believe in that. He's gonna need to try a little harder, because I'm finding it hard to believe that someone built a road to their city underwater. I mean, unless you're from Venice, I guess. And speaking of cities, let's go ahead and talk about the anthropology and archaeological side of this, which is something that I'm very familiar with. There are these things called cultural layers. What's a cultural layer? Well, think of it like you live in an area, and if everyone went missing and dust covered everything in like a 10-foot layer, how would you know people lived there at some point? Well, you would dig down and you would look for like toilet paper, poop, food scrap, toys, tools. In this case, it would be shit like toys, tools, wagon wheels, really a welcome sign, anything. But we found none of those there. Nothing to suggest that humans have ever occupied that area. The only thing we found are conch shells. And I don't know about you, but conch shells aren't very good at carving brick roads to Atlantis. Unless Aquaman started moonlighting as a masoner, but I don't think that's... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that pseudo-dolphin thing, because, like, really, why did he say that? Like, if dolphins were pseudo-fish, they would have to pretend to be fish, and they don't. They know what they are. They stay in their lane. So I think that means that Hancock is willingly pretending to be a scientist, and knowing he's not staying in his lane. Be more like a dolphin. Now, here's the thing about Hancock's theories in general and entirety. He loves taking natural occurrences that look kind of cool and making them about ancient aliens, ancient civilizations, ancient people, and then slapping a conspiracy sticker on it. Basically, if it looks remotely mysterious, he's gonna grab it and twist its little fucking neck to fit into a book. It's like the world's sickest game of Mad Libs, man. A lost civilization is built. This noun. But evil archaeologists want to verb the truth. I get why people are drawn to these ideas, right? Science isn't about what's more fun or what sounds best when written in a book and what gets you the best Netflix deals. Science isn't about truth. Science is about evidence. And Graham Hancock's truth is that there was an imaginary race of humans that existed and gave brown people the ability to build. The evidence says that none of that happened, none of that existed, and the evidence will never have anything to support his ideas. Well, I'm not going to say never because, it's possible that, I'm the idiot and I have a fucking foot in my mouth, but I doubt it. It's just not proof of an ancient civilization now. Like I said, unlike Graham Hancock, dolphins don't pretend to be what they're not. So let's all strive to be more like a dolphin. Yeah, Graham? Anyways, thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment about how much you hate and or love me. I'll respond to you, probably. I should start selling merch with pseudo fish on them.